Hello and welcome to Dragon HQ and Dragon Studio once more. I'm Caroline, the original Dragon Lady. As you may see, I have changed rooms. I'm somewhere different. I'm now downstairs in my dragon room, so everything's in one place. I thought this time, because it's been really been a while since I've done a video, that I would talk about how to gain communication with your dragons, get better communication with your dragons, improve your communication with your dragons, and all that type of thing. Sorry, just moving my microphone. Excuse me. There's nothing complicated about getting guidance and support from your dragons. People think there's got to be rituals and lots of convoluted stuff working with dragons. And in my experience, it's always been simple is best. The phrase KISS comes to mind. Keep it simple, stupid. Because the dragons don't need, lots of convoluted rubbish or convoluted anything. They're very straightforward, and those of you that work with dragon will know that they can be very direct. So they don't need a lot of man's fluffiness that we do and faffing about. So the simplest way to communicate with your dragons is to simply ask. If you would like support with something, or you want some ideas or some help, or whatever it is, any questions that you've got, ask them to help you. They will not interfere with other people's or your free will. So you can't ask them to go and do something for another person, say your brother or your mum or your sister or whatever is going through a really tough time, and you think you know what's best for them, and you want the dragons to go and do something what you think will make the situation better. No, not allowed. Doesn't happen. It'll probably bite you on the backside if you do. So you can't interfere with another person's free will any more than the dragons can interfere with your own free will. You make your choices and decisions. But if you want some help with, I don't know, job or your meditation or spiritual understanding, physical life, maybe there's a rift in the family and you'd like to be able to find a way to heal that rift, literally just ask the dragons. You may find it helpful, and this is what I've done over the years, because when you're trying to get something clear in your own mind of what it is you want to do, and you're trying to phrase a question or phrase a request, it can get a bit convoluted, a bit muddly in your mind. So it's often worth writing. Now, as you can see, this is one of my journals from the dragons. As you can see, there's lots of notes and sticky bits of stuff that I need to remember, and I want to use it at a later date. So when you're trying to phrase your question, your request to the dragons, write it down, and you may find you write it a few times till you get the real nub, because keep it concise, keep it simple. And if you're really struggling to form it verbally, feel your request, because the dragons are empathic. They're intuitive. They work on all kinds of levels and many levels. So you haven't always got to verbalize it. They're almost mind readers, if you like. But if you're in touch with your emotion and what the feeling is behind it, that will work too. Another way that, if you're a good way, and it's good practice regardless, for any kind of spiritual work, is meditation. There's at the end, I will do a meditation, a very short one, on being from head to heart centered, because the dragons work very much on being heart centered. They don't do us being in our head and our mind and our ego and all that thought process stuff, because they're heart-centered, heart-centric beings. So that will be coming up at the end. Another thing that people have asked me about, are there any tools you can use for connecting with dragon? The first one, the quick answer is yes. And the first one that comes to mind is actually crystals. Now, what am I looking at? So this is actually, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, where am I going? Oh, there we go. Here we go. Caroline can't use the camera again. This is actually a crackle quartz or an ice quartz. So any of the quartzes are amplifiers. So they're our energy amplifiers. So meditating with any kind of quartz is always quite a good idea, because it amplifies your energy. Or just holding it if you're trying to write, find out or be concise in your writing of your question or your request or your whatever it is you're trying to do. Hold on to the quartz as you're writing, and that will help, because holding on to something gives you a focus point. Apart from that, quartz expands your energy, it gives you a focus point. It's actually a really good idea. Now, clear quartz sends you up. You can do some research into quartz and crystals if you need to know more. This isn't a crystal lesson. This is dragon. Now, this is one of my skulls. This is one of my crystal skulls. This is smoky quartz. Now, smoky quartz is quite grounding. So dragons are big on us being grounded and being present. We're here in the 3D world to take part in life. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. So we're not meant to be up there up in the stratosphere. We're meant to be here in the physical world. So smoky quartz is a really good way of being grounded yet connected. So it helps anchor you. If I can feel this with my feet, just holding this skull, I can feel myself actually grounding. So it does sort of bring your energy, your life force back down to earth rather than being way up here somewhere. So any of the quartz families are a really good one for getting that energy expanding, because once your energy expands and it becomes heightened, if you like, you're more likely to notice the subtle energies of dragon when they draw in close to you. So if you're clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognient, whatever you work on, whichever clair you work on, your awareness will be heightened because of the quartz, or any crystal, but quartzes particularly are the amplifiers, energy amplifiers. And so you'll notice when there's a change in your energy as your dragon or dragons draw closer, because they don't come in. No spirit guy who comes in shouting, screaming, and roaring, or rarely, and flashing lights and neon signs. It's always very subtle, and often the dragons will use the universe to talk to you. So if you're not getting a direct link, if you haven't got a direct link to your dragons, don't be discouraged, because they will use the universe to talk to you. We call it synchronicity. So if you're thinking about something and then you may see an advert or a newsreel or a sentence in a book, or a friend will say something, or you'll see something on Facebook and it'll be the answer that you're looking for. It'll be that's what I needed to know. And that's how synchronicity works. You may get the dragons may send you as an animal, because they'll often work through nature. So you may get a message from the animal kingdom, or from water, or something like that, from a flower. So be aware of other ways that dragons will communicate with you. It doesn't have to be just through meditation or a direct link, because not everybody has a direct link with dragons. They because dragons are quite tricky. They are quite tricky to communicate with if you're not used to their energy, and especially if you've been doing other kind of spiritual work, maybe angelics or guides, and they're coming on a different frequency, so we're not always aware of that frequency change when dragon steps in. So the crystals will certainly help you amplify that energy and focus your concentration and your thought into being clearer. Now, the other thing that dragons work with, of course, if you've got dragon skulls, now this one, I've got to get these the right way around now. So this is this is from the hen shop in Avebury, and this one is Preseli stone. So this stone is made from the same stone that Stonehenge is built from. Now he's masculine. And then I've got this one, which is the sarsen stone, which is the stones that the Avebury is made from, Avebury henge is made from, and this is female. So again, if you've got dragon skulls carved in crystal, again, you can use them to connect to your dragons. And they don't have to be the Preseli and sarsen stone. They can be anything, any kind of crystal. Now I've got this one, and I can't remember what she's made from. I think she's rhodonite and chrysocolla, I think. This is an incredibly powerful crystal skull, and she likes to work with this one. She likes to work with this quartz, smoky quartz skull. So they like to work together. So you can use your dragon skulls to connect. Another dragon connection. And I would advise doing a course in the Lemurians is if you're going to use any of the Lemurian crystals. So you've got Code Keeper, which is this is the Lemurian. Again, I'm not very good at this, am I? That's the Lemurian Code Keeper. Again, it's a crystal. So these are Lemurian crystals particularly, and this one is a starseed. And then there's another one. I call it the stripy one because I can never remember. Oh, Code Keeper. I can never remember what it's called. This is the Lemurian Code Keeper. And the Code Keepers have like striations or lines on them. And the dragons have Lemurian connection. So again, any kind of meditation, again, quartz. So any kind of meditation holding on to Lemurian quartzes will... So I can feel myself going zoom up now. So any meditation holding the Lemurian quartzes and inviting your dragons in will bring your dragons in. So there's a whole range of crystals, but there is a need to be grounded. Now the other thing that dragons like and have a bit of a love of are, so you've had the smoky quartz crystal skull, this little beastie. But they also connect to star beings. Now, this is another one from the hen shop that I was very kindly gifted. And this is an elfin. So this isn't a traditional skull, or even because you get the alien type skulls. This is something different that they've designed, and I really like these. And the dragons connect with these as well as star beings. They connect with these elfin skulls. So there's lots of ways you can do it. What else do I need to tell you? Sacred geometry. So if you're into sacred geometry, again, another way of connecting in with dragon. One of the classic sacred geometries are these, which is I don't know if you can see that. I don't know if you can actually see it. And probably not very well. These are sacred... oh, God, what are they called? Not sacred geometry. Well, they are sacred geometry. But they are called... Oh, my goodness, my brain's gone. Oh, I can't think what they're called. Oh, for goodness sake, Caroline. Platonic solids. There we go. Sorry. I got there in the end. So you've got platonic solids. Now, these are quartz. Again, so I do the quartz stuff. And the platonic solids, no, I'm not a specialist on platonic solids, but they're basically the shape of the universe. So you have the cube, Again, quartz, so you just have the cube quartz. Tetrahedron, or that's actually called hexahedron. And you've got classic pyramid. So again, you've got, and this is called tetrahedron. This must be 8-sided because that's the this is the octahedron. Because the dragons do like sacred geometry. I can never say the last two. Icosahedron. I think that's right. Icosahedron. I think that's how you say it. So again, that's, oh look, I'm nearly in focus. Icosahedron. So these guys make up the fabric of the universe. And then out of that you also get things like the Merkaba. And then you got oh God! Dodecahedron. Yeah, complicated words. It involves maths, never good for me. So this is the dodecahedron. Can you see that? It's not very clear. My camera's not great on doing close-ups, is it? Anyway, so that's that. So these guys, the platonic solids, make up the fabric of the universe. So that's how that's made, which in turn then gives you the Merkaba, which then in turn goes into Metatron's cube and all that kind of thing. So it's all sacred geometry, and the dragons are big on sacred geometry. I'm still trying to get my head around the sacred geometry in dragons, but just to give you that information, if you understand it and you can work with it, fantastic. I'm still trying to work it out. So that's basically connecting to dragons. They also like sound. So that's the practical, physical, like stones and things like that. They also like sound. Now these are actually Tibetan symbols. And classically are used for space clearing. But you know, you can still use calling dragon. So there's an idea of what they're like. Because of course dragons cover every aspect of the globe, don't they? Every culture of the globe. And then you've got, I can never do this very well. And then you've got things like singing bowls, quartz, and this is brass one. I don't know if I'll be able to get this to work. Again, it just clears, again, space clearing, it changes frequency in the body. The dragons also love the drum. So there's lots of things there. I know lots of ideas there for you to choose which one works for you, because it's not a one size fits all. So you choose which way you'd like to make your connection to dragon easier, whether it's through sound, journaling, using crystals, drum, and I'm sure there are many other ways as well. But of course the classic is meditation. And that's what we're going to do now. So if you would like to, just get yourselves comfortable and turn your phones off. Just in, obviously, if you're on your mobile watching, that's going to be a bit difficult. But maybe just turn the ringtone off or something. And just ensure that you're not going to be disturbed for maybe, I don't know, about five minutes or so. And we're going to do a head-heart connection. So the dragons like mindfulness. And so this is a mindful technique of getting from head to heart. Because dragons are heart-based, they want us to be in our heart, not in our heads. Because we overthink too much. So just get yourselves comfortable. Ideally, feet flat on the floor. If you sat in a normal chair, feet flat on the floor. Because you want to have that earth connection. If you cross your legs in any way, or ankles or knees or whatever, then you're cutting off the energy of the flow of the root chakra. If you're sat cross-legged, that's fine, because your root chakra is connected straight to the floor. If you want to lay down, then do, but be aware that you may fall asleep, as is quite common if you lay down and meditate. Not that it's a problem for me, but you might be a bit cross if you doze off. So just close your eyes. Just relax. Just let that tension go. Breath out. You may want to roll your shoulders backwards and forwards a couple of times. Let's do a couple of circles with your neck. Just gently. There's sort of circles one way and then the other. As you get a bit giddy, if you could keep going one way then the other. Just feel that gentle stretch in the neck. Bring it back to centre. You may like to do another couple of those. And then take a long, slow breath in. And let it go. And you may like to put a hand on your tummy, because as you breathe in, so anywhere on your tummy, doesn't matter where, as you breathe in, you blow your tummy out when you're breathing fully. So it's a breath in. And let it out. And as you exhale, the tummy drops. Another one. Deep breath in. And let it go. And now just take your focus. You may want to open your eyes for a second. So you want to take your focus either to the tip of your nose or sort of this bit under here on sort of your top lip. So sort of here or here. It's just so, it's where it's where the breath enters and leaves the body. So wherever your focus happens to be on your nose, your nostrils, just find your comfortable position with that. You may find it sort of shifts as you try and find which is best for you for a focus point of view. So just, if you've opened your eyes, just close your eyes again gently. And we're going to focus fully on the breath for a few minutes. So follow the breath in. You can do two things here. You can either follow the breath in as far as you can, maybe to the back of the throat, or if you can take it down sort of through your throat and into your body, then great. But if you can't, just keep that focus on the tip of your nose and that area. Whatever works for you. So just keeping the focus on the breath. So the breath in, the breath out, the breath in, the breath out. Breath in and breath out. And if you find there are any noises, external disturbances, Just have a bit of curiosity. Oh, I know what that is. No, it's there. And just gently bring the focus back to the breath once more. The inhale, the exhale, the inhale and the exhale. And thoughts will intrude because that's what thoughts do. If you find yourself going off with your thoughts, that's fine. Just bring your focus back once more to the breath. The inhale, the exhale, the in and out, in and out, and just staying with that rhythm, staying with that steady flow. Acknowledging any sounds or thoughts, and each time you've noticed them, bringing the attention back once more to the breath. Just quietly and calmly going back to the breath each time. And as you settle into the breath work, you begin to feel yourself just calming and relaxing. You may find you need to move. To be a little bit more comfortable. You may find you're aware of a little bit of tension, maybe in your neck or shoulders or back. Just observe it, keeping with the breath, just knowing it's there. Keeping your focus with the breath. Finding that natural steady rhythm. Following the in and the out, the inhale and the exhale. And now you're feeling more settled. Take your attention and your focus to your heart chakra. Taking this focus inwards. Staying with the breath. Following that rhythm. In and out, in and out. And with each breath, allow your consciousness to begin to drop towards your heart chakra. With each breath, you go deeper and deeper and deeper, sinking slowly and gently towards your heart chakra. You feel it floating down, going down and down, deeper and deeper and deeper, until consciousness and heart connect. Floating all the way down. And just spend a few moments feeling this connection. Do you know the sensations, how it feels? So you can remember it, the calmness, that feeling of being settled, the tranquility of being fully connected to your heart. Just settling there. And knowing that everything is as it should be. And when you're ready, you may like to take a deep breath in and gently begin to bring your awareness back, becoming aware of your weight supported by the object beneath you, becoming aware of maybe your feet on your floor, your feet on the floor and your hands on your lap. Just becoming aware of your physical body. And maybe wiggle of fingers, wiggle of toes, do a stretch, maybe a yawn. Just very gently open your eyes, keeping a soft focus, and just spend a few moments just checking in with yourself, seeing how you feel. You may, and it's a good idea, you may like to write up your notes on your experiences, your sensations, what you experienced, how you felt. It's a really good idea with any meditation, because you can plot how well you've done, or how you feel you've done. And some days will always be better than others. One of my teachers many years ago used to call the occasional meditation a shopping list meditation, because your mind would jump about like monkey mind and hopping to lots of different things. That's just how it is some days. It's for all of us. If you get the shopping list meditation, well, that's fine. The thoughts won't quieten down. That's how it is. And some days are fantastic meditations, and other days are a bit more tricky. But it doesn't matter. Practice is the key. And even with years of practice, you still get the odd day where you're distracted by anything and everything. So that's the starting point, if you like, that meditation of connecting to your dragons. And then you can go on and do and meet other dragons. But this is the one that I always use at the beginning of all my meditations and all my workshops and everything that I teach when I do groups and online and things. I always start with that meditation. It just settles us down into the space for accepting and being open to our dragon guides, because that's what they are in essence. They are, well, they're spirit guides in dragon form. So I'll just leave you with that. You should be feeling a lot more grounded now, a lot more centered, because to work with dragon, we need to be grounded, we need to be centered, we need to be present. They like mindfulness, for us to be present here, not future, not past, but in this present moment, because that's when they connect best to us. It says when we're being mindful and present, we're finally listening. I will leave you with that. Love to hear how you get on and your thoughts, comments and experiences. Until next time, big love from me and Dragon HQ. Take care.